Welcome to the Maturity Project. I am your host, Chad Everbro Shears. If you're here, if you've been here before, welcome back. If you're new to it, 8 areas of maturity. I have them listed on the main channel, so if you'd like to go and familiarize yourself with them, just have fun. And I've got plenty of videos that obviously that are talking about it. So it's Thanksgiving. Well, it's actually the day after Thanksgiving. It's the holidays. It's a tough time of year for some people. Some people it's just tough because they're rushing around trying to get everything done and just to create the absolute best experience for their family and friends. Others, because they don't really have anybody there right now. And then some people, they just take it for granted. And then we got all kinds of other stuff going on, politics and the rest of that nonsense where people are just intentionally wanting to go and hurt each other's feelings. What I like about the way that I think and the way that I seem to kind of get people to think is just the details that matter, right? So here I am, I'm giving thanks, then I go down the process of thinking through the friendships and relationships that I have and being thankful, past, present, and then possible future. And here I am, I've got a really good friend that actually inspired me and made me promise that I would record content on a regular basis. And he's homeless now. He's living in his car. He's had some real bad luck in his life. And then, you know, the way that I look at it, it's not really necessarily luck. It's where we put our attention and what did we develop of ourselves in the process. And there's no shaming here. I'm not bad-mouthing him or anything. I love this guy. He's an amazing human being. I'm doing what I can to support as many people as I possibly can. And it brings me back to why I do this. It's not just because somebody asked me to do it. The guy that I'm talking about has such an amazing heart. He does. He has this incredibly beautiful heart. He's got 2 kids. He's tied up and he's got some real hard times that he's dealing with, you know, the child support systems in the state of Florida. He's got all kinds of just hardship challenges that he's going through. And it is not very consoling for me to say to him, it's perfect what you're going through, right? Because the challenges he's going through, he will eventually overcome these challenges and he'll be all the better for it. But when you're in the muck of it and you're really struggling, it's not easy to say so. I have friends that are sick, you know, that deal with, you know, lifelong illnesses. You know, I have friends that didn't make it. You know, we lost along the way. And then I have people that, you know, friends that, and people in my life that this is the best of times for them. So it's just like this, you know, it's just this big range of different things that people are going through. And I'm in the middle of it going, how can I create the absolute best benefit for everybody? Oh, because this isn't, what I do is not just so that I benefit from it. Like, yeah, if the world's a more desirable place that we could all agree that it's more desirable, then yeah, I'm a beneficiary of that as well. But I feel a degree of responsibility to everybody in my life. Anybody that knows my name, right, I feel that I have a responsibility of being the person that I truly am to you. And I have a lot of untethering of who I have been because we all have this problem, right? That, or at least 99.99% of people, it's not an actual statistic. If you look it up, I don't know what it's going to be, or if you could even look this up. But most of us have the life that we just settled for, or the life that it just happened to us. And we really didn't create what we have, which means that we also didn't take as much ownership over what we have. And then some of us are convinced that somebody's going to save us. You know, I mean, our parents help us with that idea when we're young, and they come in and they help us with our challenges, which is expected of a parent to help a child. But there's methods to make it so the child has more ownership over it, and at what age do you actually implement that? You know, or how do you implement it at different ages? It's a pretty important and interesting conversation that I'd love to be able to actually sit and interview somebody with, because why not? You know, Why not continue to just understand this thing we call life? You know, this is, for me, let's get to thinking, right? Let's get to experiencing life outside of just the attempt to survive, because we're going to survive until we don't. You know, where can we get massive benefit in our life, right? And with the people in my life that are going through extreme hardships, I love you. I'll do everything that I can to help you, but I can't do it for you. It's a rule that I have. I'll do it with you at times, depending on exactly what it is, but I won't do it for you, because I won't enable. Because I don't want anybody enabling me. You know, these are my lessons in life, and I want them. I do. I want them. You know, whatever comes my way, it's a lesson I deserve. You know, and that lesson will bring skills to continue to work with life. So, but you see, the way that I think is that I'm thankful for everybody in my life, and then the details about each one of those people to the level that I know them, which, if you have been watching what I produce here and the content that I create, probably would understand that I do a pretty decent degree of in-depth looking into people's lives, and to experience what I can, and to try to share myself as openly as possible. And I apologize to the people in my life that I've held a guarded stance on, and a lot of that's not necessarily under my call. You know, it's just an autopilot program type thing, but becoming aware of it, you can make differences and lower your guard and get to really connect with people. But everyone has an option and an opportunity to help us develop, and for us to help them develop. So many of us walk around like gunslingers, right? Like, you know, like, oh, that person's homeless, so avoid them. You never know how far somebody will go to show how appreciative they are for what you've done for them in their life. And then you never know how little people will appreciate you for what you've done in their life when they're not in the hardships. Or when they are in the hardships, you do stuff for them, and when they're in the good times, they show you that they were really just happy that you helped them get out of the hard times. But then it's also a question of, what do you expect them to do? And how do you expect them to appreciate you? You know, not everybody's going to throw dirt in your face. Some people are just going to be like, okay, well, hey, I really do appreciate what you did for me. But did you expect them to crawl on their hands and knees and, you know, shout out to the world that you did a great thing for them? You know, it kind of argues about what you did it for, or what you did it for in the first place. So I try to keep my heart as pure as possible. I am a human being. I'm fallible. I fail at a lot of things. I do. People that know me, well, they may tell you I'm incredibly smart, curious, you know, I'm dedicated, I'm a hard worker, you know, whatever, you know, description they want to give you about me. The reality is, I know me, and I know that I screw up a lot. I screw up a lot because I try things that I'm not great at, and then I learn and I get better at it, and then I figure out how to screw it up some more, and then I learn and I get better at it, and then I learn how to screw up some more, and then I turn it into a game, and I start really enjoying the fact that I'm screwing up, you know, because look, man, we're all going to go through stuff. We are. Some people have just gone through a lot more, and some people have gone through a lot less. But I appreciate that people share their life with me however they do. And I hope, and I'm attempting to, and I'm working on contributing to people's lives in such a way that I can make a difference. I'm not trying to do it for you, and I have no interest in doing it for you. I really would just love to be able to get everybody to a state that they actually know that they can do this life for themselves, and they don't need to wait for somebody else to come and do it for them. The Maturity Project is growing. This has been a pretty good week for us. When I say us, there's a pretty good chance that there may be a few more people joining the family. We will see how this goes. But I'm finding that there's a lot more love in the community than what I was aware of. And I'm incredibly grateful. And it has moved me emotionally at times, by coming to that realization that what I'm up to matters. And what I'm up to is making a difference. You know what? If it just changes your mood for a second so that you see more opportunity or possibility, then it's effective. Yeah. Changes your life. Oh, get ready because I'm going to go into tears with you. It's just to know that we can do this. We can make a difference. We can bring this community together in such a way that we can all contribute to each other. A lot of good people in this world. It's just that sometimes good people do things that we would call bad. Sometimes really good people do very selfish things. For me, I'm more curious about why they did the selfish thing than to say that they're no longer a good person. And that's what I like to do, especially if I will sit down and actually have a conversation with somebody. We all can serve a value and a purpose with other people in our lives. So let's do that. Let's do what we can. If you feel that you don't matter, I promise you do. I promise you. My friend that I mentioned earlier, I told him, and I've told him several times, this is what it's like for the diamond to get forged. You're going through an incredibly precious moment, and it is occurring to be the hardest time of your life. And it might be the hardest time of your life, but it's turning you into, it's creating you to be a different version of yourself. So don't let the hardship sour you. Choose that it's like going to the gym and you're getting the best ass-kicking workout you've ever had in your life. Because, brother, you're going to get on stage and you're going to wow us all. We have problems in our system, and you are probably the person to change it. And you will be the person to change it if you set your mind to it. Not just talking about my friend. I'm talking about just in general. You, yourself. Oh, I don't mean to make this some sort of like somber, challenging video. But I want to deliver the value of the importance that you matter more than you know. Most of us just get so caught up in our life trying to survive, we don't realize that other people really look up to us, that they depend on us. It's the same concept. Like I've actually assigned people to be my mentor and they never knew it. But you study them because you admire them. We all have people in our lives that admire us. Like the video if you agree with that. Put a comment in the comment section if you actually know what they admire you about. And by the way, don't worry about what other people think. Because everybody that I've talked to that I know that follow this channel, they all appreciate the comments in the comment section. They appreciate the fact that the community is alive and that there are more people that see this being valuable. And that there's more people that are out to make life better for others and for themselves, not just for themselves. And it's a process, and we will recruit more and more people to both join, either as a mentor in the Maturity Project, which is an option for people. If you send me an email, let me know what your mentorship capacity is or where your areas of expertise. Or if you'd really love to be a mentor, but you don't know how, I can do an assessment on you to help you understand your skill set that could actually help other people in such a way, and then teach you how to be a good mentor so it doesn't wear you down. I have a entire process and system to that. And then the mentee goes through the expectations and conditioning for the beginning of the mentorship. So if you become a mentor, it is a paid position, very similar to personal training. So that's out there. If you're interested in that, send me an email. The email is yourmaturityproject@gmail.com. That is YOUR maturityproject@gmail.com. Send it over. If you're sitting back and saying, Chad, you don't quit your day job, too late. Too late. I'm dedicated to this. This is my thing. I'm going to spend the rest of my life making a difference for other people in such a way that they have their life and they can own it. Yeah. Join me in that. No. So, if you want to know what it's like to be fitting over 40, that's another one. Send me an email. Same one. yourmaturityproject@gmail.com. I got programs for you. God. We are out to make a difference. So I will also be finding people that have a story to share, and we'll interview, and we'll talk about it, and we'll talk about the 8 different areas and how that relates to them and what they see possible after that. If you're dealing with dating issues and relationship issues, I have a course for that. Surprisingly enough, right? Chad's got a course on something? Really? Yep. And hey, if you feel like you're a relationship expert, I don't care if you're a pickup artist down to a serial monogamous person, and whatever the circumstances is, it has you where you are. I'm 100% in. Let's talk. Let's set it up. We'll get this thing together. I've got other people that are going to be joining in on the recordings that would love to sit down and have these conversations. So let us know if you're in the St. Pete, Tampa, Clearwater, Largo area, and you'd like to actually join in the show. Shoot me an email, yourmaturityproject@gmail.com. Yeah, we'll absolutely look in when we can get guests in to actually sit and talk with us, and we'll go from there. Okay. So to tell you matter. Thank you for watching. I appreciate you. I'd love to know your story. I'd love to know how this has made a difference in some way for you. A lot of other people would too. Let's grow the channel. If you haven't subscribed already, subscribe. Join the community. Put a comment in the comment section. If nothing else, you can just say, hey, new here, glad to be. And, we'll see who pops up and gives you some love. So, all right. Well, share this video with a person in your life you'd like to make a meaningful conversation with, and you'd like to start to change your life. Well, I'll make sure you understand how. All right. I'm Chad Everbro Shears, the host of the Maturity Project. Thank you for joining. Remember, the path to hell is paved with good intentions. We don't need to go there. We don't. We'll take those good intentions, and we're going to build a bridge to heaven, baby. We'll make it. But it's going to take some work. That's what else you got to do. Just survive? Come on, man. That's not very fulfilling. Let's go elsewhere. Let's create something great. Let's create it together. All right, till next time. Remember, we grow through what we go through. Yesterday's mistakes become tomorrow's success. Catch you on the next one. Let's go.